Hey guys, we're back. This week we are going to talk about my Keys to the Kingdom tour, which I took back in 2008 with my dad. Here we go.
Yeah.
We are drinking one of our newest Disney cocktails, which is
Jiminy's Conscience.
Jiminy's Conscience.
Let
It's
your
green.
conscience be your guide.
Cheers.
It's good.
It's a grasshopper, in case you
Green
know what that is.
grasshopper. Like
Because
Jiminy.
they're
so cute.
there's grasshoppers that aren't green apparently.
They're brown ones.
No. Grasshoppers are just, forget it. Okay, anyway. The Keys to the Kingdom tour is in the Magic Kingdom, and it's basically a backstage, behind the scenes tour of Magic Kingdom and all kinds of good stuff around there. It does cost extra, so you pay extra on top of your park admission. So I think it was, and it could have changed, but I'm pretty sure it was like around $100 or so.
Maybe 2.
No. No. No, I'm pretty sure it was under $100, but you pay your park admission, and then on top of that you pay the Keys to the Kingdom tour cost. So anyway, we'll get into if it was worth it later on in the video, but basically you arrive at the Magic Kingdom really early, so right around park opening time, and you're basically, you meet everybody that's going on this tour at the City Hall right there in the Magic Kingdom, and you're kind of welcomed and introduced to your tour guide for the day, whoever that might be, and they're in the, like, you know, the classic Disneyland outfits, like the rider outfits, and the guys are in the vests, and you can always tell, like, you know, those are like the people that know what they're talking about. At least that's my opinion. I feel like that's who those people.
They look like they know what they're talking about.
So anyway, you're introduced to your tour guide, and you're given this little earpiece that you stick in your ear so you can hear them talking the whole time. They're mic'd up, so you don't have to feel like you have to jockey for position.
Yeah, like elbow to the front.
Yeah, to see if you can hear what they're saying. So it's really easy to hear them the whole time, which was really nice because I'm a geek and I'm an audio geek. So if things aren't like just right audio wise, it drives me crazy. Like I can't focus. It puts me in a bad mood. Anyway, so you're given the earpiece and the tour begins, and you kind of meander around Main Street and the town square area and things like that. And
what kind of stuff do they talk about in the tour? Like, is it like, this is Main Street, or like, what is it?
Yeah, so they talk about a lot. You know, they talk about the windows on Main Street and how, you know, each name represents somebody that, you know, helped build the park, and it's just all like little things like that. So I will say, if you're a Disney fan, like I was when I went on it, a lot of the stuff they're talking about you have heard before or you might know, but there's a lot of like little tidbits in the tour that you're like, oh, I didn't realize that. So
the deeper meaning, the deeper story behind.
Yeah, deeper stories are just like little tidbits that you might not have heard before. Maybe you heard like part of the story, but not like the whole story. They do a really good job explaining that, like all the details of the park, talking through stories about the park. So stories about Walt and Roy and things like that while you're walking, and they're kind of pointing out little details and things like that, which we love, along the way. And that's probably the first, I would say, hour or two is probably maybe 45 minutes or so is that.
So like over here to the right,
yeah,
we have the castle.
It's not that toury, guidey. It's not that bad.
There's Cinderella's castle, in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool. They take you, and you're gonna have to forgive me. It's been since 2008 since I've been on this. So I was like trying my hardest to remember the order of which this happened, and they may change it up anyway. But
yeah, it might be a little different.
We did get to like go backstage and see, like, you know, where Tinkerbell lands without messing with any of the magic. There's just like this pile of mattresses back there. It's like all this Disney magic, and like there's a pile of mattresses that like Tinkerbell lands in at the end of. Anyway.
For flight.
Yeah.
Safety first.
I didn't give any spoiler alerts, so I'll give a spoiler alert right now. If you don't want to ruin the magic for you, probably won't want to finish this video.
But you probably want to do this tour.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it now that we've talked about it. I'm totally going to go do it.
But we will talk about...
I want to see the mattresses.
We will, yeah. Kingdom and see the magic. We'll talk later about how it, never mind, equates into ruining the magic. But, so, anyway, there's a lot of that stuff going on at first, and then you stop for lunch at Columbia Harbor House, which I love.
Oh, that was on our top 10.
On our top 10, which you can find right here, or here, or wherever I decide to put it.
You can go right here.
Anyway, you can find a link to that somewhere else. You eat there, and the cool thing is you like walk in, and they got a place for you upstairs, and your name and
that's cool.
little pin for the keys to the kingdom. I'll move back because it's gonna be hard to keep in focus, but that.
It's a cute little pin.
Yeah.
It says, what it say?
It says Disney's Keys to the Kingdom.
Oh.
And it has a little Mickey head, and then the castle is in the Mickey head.
Yep.
So this with your name is saying like, congratulations.
You're official.
Yeah, you're officially the Keys to the Kingdom tour member.
Tour member. The cool club. You know where the mattresses are.
Yeah, I've heard like rumors that like people have complained that like the lunch is cold. I don't remember, to be honest. I'll eat anything, so
We'll say it was.
I didn't even notice. But you eat lunch, and then your tour guide kind of the tour guide was great. I don't remember his name, but man, he was knowledgeable, like, and so easy to talk to. I mean, the people that they get for these type of like backstage tours or extra tours, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Are really people that you can tell love Disney. They love their jobs. They love like history of Disney, being a part of the magic. You could really tell. So you leave lunch, and from lunch we went to the Haunted Mansion, and actually did a ride through the Haunted Mansion. We went through this back door,
Ooh,
and kind of went through the back door and skipped the lines, which there wasn't one at the time, but
because it's like so early.
we thought, well, it wasn't early at that time.
That's true.
We thought we were cool.
Yeah.
Went in the back door, got on Haunted Mansion, and got to ride through that. And he's the whole time the tour guide is like just telling cool little stories and talking about little extras and stuff. And I don't want to give too much of that because obviously, like, you want to experience it, so I'm not going to go into detail. But there was actually two rides on the tour. So Haunted Mansion was one, and then you stopped outside of Pirates of the Caribbean and Adventureland. In that little nook where the ducks chased us that one time? We should tell that story. We're gonna tell that story. Remember the little injured duck? Oh. Anyway, we all just sat down there while he told us some stories to take kind of a break, and then we went and rode Jungle Cruise. And actually, the cool thing about Jungle Cruise is like the skipper is not your skipper. Like the tour guide is your skipper. So like.
Oh, he kind of takes over.
Yeah, he takes over and like tells the jokes and becomes the skipper. So. That was pretty interesting because, like, I don't know, it was just different. So there's two rides involved in that, and I don't remember again in what order all that happens. But anyway, we went through Adventureland, and going into Frontierland area, they take you backstage again, and this time you're actually, like, they take you backstage and you see, like, a few of the tour float or the parade floats, which was kind of cool, like to see those up close. They tell you like how those are driven, and how that parade route works in terms of like sensors in the ground.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you learn kind of all their tricks on how they keep the music going?
Yeah, so
with the actual like parade. It's
yeah, and again, I'm an audio geek. I love like the timing of audio and like understanding how that works, and like there's little sensors in the ground, and that's what triggers the audio, and it's this whole
like
system
the whole
of
science
delays
behind like how that all goes together. I know, and you don't think about that. Like when I'm watching the parade, I don't think that like they have to time the music to match the floats
wherever they're at.
And it's a delay as to where they are. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
That was pretty cool. And then they talk through the whole like sight line for the characters, which is really
that
cool.
was a cool, when you were telling us about that.
So basically, like I knew, this is something I learned on the tour, because I knew before the tour obviously that you had backstage, you had on stage, which was actually the park. All the cast members had to, when they were on stage or like working in the park,
be in character,
they had to put their character on, be in character. But I didn't realize that when you open the gates to where the parade comes in and out, or any like backstage area, there's what they call a sight line, and that sight line is like extends far beyond where the actual gate or door is, and like once you pass that line, you can't like, you have to stay in character basically until you pass that line, coming and going.
Yeah.
So once you pass the line, if you're backstage and you pass the line coming on stage, as soon as you pass that sight line, even though like,
you know, yeah,
technically you can't see anybody.
Yeah, so like the gate might be here, but the sight line is like way back here in the background somewhere. But if the gate's open, someone could be standing in the
potentially
like,
could like peek and see you, so you have to stay in character. Like, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. And then after we did the backstage for like, you know, the parade stuff, they took us into the Utilidoors, which was really cool.
That would be cool. I
just kind of, yeah, just kind of seeing what those were. And to be honest, like, there's not really much. It's not real special.
Exciting.
It's just
I
like,
don't know how it could be.
it's concrete paths, bunkers. You know, I mean, there's not much to see. He did tell this like really cool story about like the opening of the park and stuff like that, which was cool. But yeah, I think for the most part it was a really interesting tour. And being a Disney fan and knowing a lot about Disney, I still really enjoyed it. And learned some things on it. So I think it's definitely, even for like Disney fans, I think it's worth it. The biggest question is probably like, did it ruin the magic, or would it ruin the magic for somebody?
Knowing there's mattresses, did it ruin the magic?
Knowing Tinkerbell
flops on mattresses.
Knowing Tinkerbell is male and flops on mattresses.
Tinkerbell's a boy.
It didn't ruin the magic for me. So, hey, it's 2015.
He just likes to tell everybody every time we go. That just gives him some, did you know?
Anyway, I didn't feel like it ruined the magic for me. I felt like you said, it gave me like a greater appreciation. It gave me a much greater appreciation for Disney and like how it does things. So no, it did not ruin the magic for me. If you feel like it's going to for you, you can be the judge of that. But it does take you backstage. You do see behind the scenes. So, you know, if you don't want to know how things happen, then probably not a tour for you. But
I don't see how Disney could ruin their own magic.
Yeah, they're not gonna let that happen. I'm telling you right now.
All they did was fuel your magic for it. Like, it just makes you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's kind of my review of Keys to the Kingdom. I would suggest it. It's really cool. You learn a lot. You have a lot of fun. So.
And I'm gonna do it soon.
Yeah, she wants to do it, and I will go on.
And I will give a review too.
So if you've been on the tour, please let us know if there's anything I missed, because again, it was 2008, so it's like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So if I missed something, let us know, leave us a comment below, or chime in somewhere, or just tell us that I'm wrong. And then, all right. But anyway, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and we will talk to you guys soon. Cheers, see you real soon. Lush.